The peace deal sets in motion the demobilization of M23 rebels. According to a communique, the rebel outfit agreed to transform itself into a legitimate political party. On its part, the DRC government committed to give amnesty and release M23 rebels under detention for acts of war and rebellion. It also offered to ensure the return of refugees and internally displaced persons to their homes. The deal, which was negotiated in Kampala but was signed in Nairobi, perhaps brought to the surface the undercurrents that were bubbling below the radar.
The Congolese government, it seems, had no confidence in the mediation of Uganda.
However, some analysts fear that unless there's a real commitment to peace, the deal signed in Nairobi will only be an attempt to paper over the cracks in a country beset by civil war and anarchy.
We need to look at the fundamental challenges that the agreement was supposed to address, which have not been addressed. One is the weakness of the state of Congo.
Another sticky issue yet to be resolved is how to integrate the M23 rebels into the national army. At the time the deal was struck, M23 Supremo, Brigadier General Sultan Makenga, was still holed up in Uganda under the protection of the Kampala regime. But because of its reluctance to hand over Makenga, who is accused of war crimes, Uganda could be viewed as a rogue state.
But that might be a contentious issue between the state and the state. It may not be the fundamental issue about the local wars and conflicts that are taking place in the area.
Makenga, alongside his vanquished troops, were rooted out of the restive Kivu Province in eastern DRC by the government forces backed by a UN Brigade. Suspicions are abound about the commitment of the Joseph Kabila government after previously failing to honor agreements. It's also not clear yet for how long the DRC will rely on their new allies to police the vast nation.
DRC Congo is the greatest sick man of the Great Lakes region. And the international community's intervention should not be only military, but should also be political.
The West has been accused of shoring up the fragile Kabila regime so that it gains a foothold into the mineral wealth nation to fish in the troubled waters. Emmanuel Mutaiziwa, NTV Weekend Edition.